first, so another of this year's X Factor contenders, 18-year-old Joel McElderry, has revealed he has a huge crush on his mentor, Cheryl Cole. He said, "I'll win for Cheryl. She's a brilliant mentor, and who doesn't fancy Cheryl Cole?" So 2 questions there. Who doesn't fancy Cheryl Cole? And cast your minds back. Have you ever had a crush on a sort of authority figure? Cheryl Cole? Yeah. We've all got crushes on Cheryl Cole.
Everyone in life has a crush on Cheryl Cole, but she's beautiful. But yeah, I suppose when I was at school, you know, any teacher, male teacher that looked under the age of, you know, 112, with girls was always like, oh, you know, it's Mr. Smith, you know, he goes, hello, Mr. Smith. And the thing is, you know, at 11, I felt very mature to have a crush on Mr. Smith or whoever his name was. So I always had crushes at school on the older teachers, but I've always liked older men. I think it's a power thing with me.
No, I know what you mean. Well, I don't know if it's a power thing. I mean, Michael Palin and was my secret pin-up for ages, and also Clive James. Oh, James. I could barely speak to him when he came on the show. It's a bit silly, but I can remember. I know, random.
Very, very.
I know. He's so clever. You know, when you're as thick as me, in the presence of such brains. No, I can remember at school. I suppose it's 20-odd years on, so I can come up. Mr. Cunningham. Really fancied Mr. Cunningham, science teacher. I was rubbish at science, but I still took it as an option. Just Mr. Cunningham. And he wasn't. I mean, he was probably younger than a lot of the other teachers. Thinking back on it now, he was probably mid to late 20s or something. And I think he had a motorbike. And I think he used to talk. And you know me, I like my sort of rocker stuff. And I think he talked about
James is such a
But I think he talked once about going through Europe with his wife or something, and I go, see his wife. And I remember one time we pulled at a petrol station. I was with my mum in her Fiesta, and I looked over and went, "Oh, Mr. Cunningham!" And he went, "Hello, Andrea." He might get in touch with you now that you've said Oh, I'm a married woman, Mr. Cunningham. I think that the first crush I remember was my mum's brother, Uncle Tony. Not on him, but it was his friend Monty. And I was just obsessed with him. And then when we went to Tony's wedding, my sister Debbie and I were bridesmaids, so I was 8 and she was 5. And I should have had a crush on the maths teacher. I might have learned a bit more about the maths. But I can remember sitting and being absolutely horrified that they put Deborah next to Monty, so sort of sneaking in ahead and changing the name places. But one of the crushes that I had, and I don't think it was a sexual crush, but when I was at drama school, I was in the first year at drama school, and Glynis Barber was in the third year. Remember, she went on to do Dempsey and Makepeace. And I'm saying her name because I've told her this because we worked together. And I think that was just a kind of like I want to be, she was called Glynis Venderiette in South African, and I just wanted to be Glynis Barber. Sadly, it's never happened, and I know it hasn't, Coleen, and I know you're going to say that. Can you? Cover me in freeze, Glynis.
I had a big crush on Sister Mary Benilda's. And I wanted to be a nun and change my name to Mary. She was lovely. She honestly, truly was. She was so holy, I thought. I really do think. And she was the kindest, gentlest. She was everything that a nun should be. And then in the next classroom, there was a bad nun, because they were always usually good or bad. So there was one of those nuns. Never mind nowadays, it was the old ruler on that. Anyway, she obviously was very jealous of Sister Mary's popularity, and suddenly Sister Mary disappeared. Oh. It was a traumatic moment in my life.
Did they kill her?
Oh, stop. So dramatic. Actually, no, they didn't, because, can you believe it, years later, 1993, when they did My This Is Your Life, my mum had found her, and she came on. It was so wonderful. She was still
Did you still have a crush on her?
No.
Oh.
Okay, here's your second